Hello, Commander.
And let's get right into this party, ladies and gentlemen. So, today, in Andreas's 32-man casual play, let's call it that, we have Tasbot versus Deathbydenim on Overcooked Pizza. Nice little crazy map with metal and spots everywhere. Of course, we do have a asteroid belt, which will, of course, feed players asteroids as time goes on. But that will decide greatly on how the players, handle themselves, how they do against each other. Now, on a map like this, of course, same as before, but same as, the fancy barren wasteland map, the one we just saw. But we will have to see how they handle, a lot more choked off areas. Now, obviously on a map like this, mobility will be very important, so we should still see a lot of docks with bomber play, but we might see a much earlier tier 2 or a much earlier, just kind of usual thing. So, spawning on the main screen, we have the Moonboat crew Tasbot spawning in and opening up with some sweet... Ooh, okay, I panicked for a second. I thought he immediately started on the vehicle factory. But he's going bots into everything else, and we'll see that as time goes on. And of course, winning the previous match, still in the Orange Commander, going bots into lots of vehicles, we will see Deathbydenim on, of course, Overcooked Pizza in the Andreas 32-player casual tournament. I am your host, the man they call Ghost, and we have bot fabricators starting to make their rounds in building all of the great metal extractors. Now, oh goodness, the sneeze. I want to cast, but the sneeze, it's so strong. Pray for me, everyone. It's one of those lingering sneezes. Oh my goodness. Someone just put me down. This is so painful. Okay. All right, good. We weather the storm. Fabricators, ooh, okay, so this is one of those let's learn so that we don't do's. We see Tasbot here having his fabricators individually build metal extractors instead of pairing them up in groups or teams to do tandem building. Now, usually, hello there, Combat Fabric, you might have been a misclick, but we'll have to see. Usually what you want to do with your fabricators is you want to have them working together on, as you can see now, his economy just isn't as strong because of it. Commander getting reclaimed, which is fairly common, that will keep his economy up, and I do believe that's probably why he does have the fabricators separated, and he has a third going now. Do we see an early tier 2? No, we actually see a tier 2 turret. Nope, we just, yep, so more metal. So what he's actually doing is he's spreading out all his fabricators, so what he can do is have the commander reclaim and then, do everything. But usually you want to have them working in tandem. It's a lot more powerful. Obviously 2 is better than 1, and with that early economy, staying at 100% is very, very important. Now, Deathbydenim. We see a lot of very strong vehicles coming out here, so Death is probably going to be going for this very hard push straight towards his opponent's base. He's going to say, forget the rest of this 86 metal on this map. I want this man's head. I want it here. I want it now. I need tier 2 in my life. Tasbot, thank you for granting me this wish. So, very early, I believe this will be a slow build tier 2, so not too big of a deal, but at 100%, and slow building it with these docks is very, very important. Some more docks here moving together to fight each other as Tasbot and Deathbydenim just kind of meet each other for the first time. Ooh, but that cha-cha slide! C'est magnifique. When you got that docks dance on fleek. Oh my goodness. That was fantastic. The squad from Tasbot just doing great. Tanks here to stop this other docks push. We do have docks and actually quite a bit of tanks here for Tasbot, so both players opening up with a very solid tank play to just kind of fight each other. Now, we do see some counter pushing here from Tasbot, but what does he decide to do with his docks? Because if he goes straight for this kind of army here, he'll probably lose all of his docks and it'll just be a wasted trade. But if he decides to kind of like do this this super wraparound, like this super solid snake level attack here, but I think it might be too late. These docks might be able to. No, it's gonna be close. Yep, they get gunned down immediately. And Deathbydenim does keep his fabricators alive. Very well played. Tanks, just trading with tanks right now. Not too big of a deal. The tanks, well, as you can see, they're just kind of doing their thing here, trying to focus fire each other down, and they Tasbot wins just by the skin of his teeth. Economy-wise, now down to 100%, or not at 100%, which is a very big deal. He needs to continue expanding, and with these fabricators, I would like to see him doing the same thing actually as Deathbydenim, with having these, like, I mean, super hordes of docks just to cover him. But what I haven't seen that both players really do need to get is air units. Where are the bombers? Where are all the bombers at? Because, I mean, think about it right now, all right? You build, like, 2 bombers. You just ignore the, you know, the front army, and you just fly up. What are these docks going to do? Because the answer is nothing. Docks they do have anti-air, but it is not nearly enough to try and stop 2 or 3 bombers from just flying by and killing fabricators for days. And especially on a map of this size, travel time does matter. I mean, travel time generally matters a lot on every map, but if you're trying to fight an opponent that, you know, say you're trying to, you know, capture these metal extractors here, but your bomber comes by and kills off your docks, suddenly you have to build a fabricator, which takes time, and then walk him all the way over there, which is super annoying. And I tell you what, I have had the most frustrating times when playing against a lot of the planetary the PA gods kids, because they go mass air, and it's such a strong ability to do so. But we do see just kind of general trading. Tier 2 now going up here for yellow, or orange, excuse me, while Tasbot's tier 2 is actually about 74% done, which is a very good, very strong lead for his tier 2. Now, hasn't been nearly as aggressive. His economy has caught back up, as he does have a lot of fabricators just going everywhere, but again, air units, oh, glorious. We do see some bombers coming out here for Tasbot, which is good to see, but he needs a lot more. He needs, you know, probably 5 or 6 bombers, and then he can just run around and snipe for days. Sure, you've got a turret, but what's a turret against a bomber? It's nothing. And we do, oh, actually a commander assisting, so this might actually catch up very quickly to Tasbot's. Oh no, tier 2 is done. So what we'll probably see from Tasbot is one tier 2 fabricator, and then just mass levelers. That's probably all we're going to see. The bomber is probably going to be revealed here by Tasbot. I really don't like this decision. I think he should be using these air units for something other than just trying to kill off bombers, as a tank army is coming in. But look at all of the anti-air options that Orange has. The answer is none. There are no anti-air options, and if he kills the economy of his opponent, what's he going to have to build with? He's going to have no metal to use. Oh, I think that was a vehicle factory from the outlines of it. But some more bombers going up here. Tier 2 Faber does get finished here by Tasbot, but he needs to get some levelers going, as there is a army right outside his base. A turret is here to stop this army, but it will not be enough, especially just because of how many numbers there are. And we do see just kind of docks running around. Now, again, this is where the bombers would really do a lot of good damage. They would just show up, say, oh, you've got docks? Okay, cool. I've got bombers. And then they die. End of story. Oh. Actually, I think the bomber was shot down by the docks. I do see 4 hummingbirds, but there's slightly less docks here. Always good to see. Tasbot being very, you know, still being aggressive with his docks, which is always important, as he... Oh, okay, so the levelers do come in, clean up this army, and now Tasbot needs to book it. He needs to get over to Deathbydenim's base and say, what's up, son? You know what would be really good? Killing off these fabricators, because that would then force the commander or some other units to try and just kind of keep this thing afloat. Because what will happen, for those of you that do not know, if you destroy the fabricators that are building a building, the building will eventually start to reclaim and uninstall itself. You don't get the money back. It just starts to deteriorate very, very rapidly, and that will just destroy. I mean, especially if you have a tier 2 factory and it gets, you know, it's at 88%, and then you blow up the fabbers and it gets down to 44 on a, you know, with your opponent this done with tier 2. That's a big deal. That's a very big deal. So Deathbydenim and Tasbot now getting to what I would say is probably the kind of early stages of the mid game. As tier 2 is out, both players have been generally aggressive. It hasn't been fully wholeheartedly aggressive, but these, what are you doing? Tanks, you need more units than just that. Oh my goodness. Hummingbirds inside the base get a full scout on what's going on, and as we can see from Deathbydenim's, he sees everything. He sees the whole base, not just parts of it, but the whole base. What does Tasbot see? Nothing. Nothing. And that's a big deal, because he doesn't know that there's all of this production going on outside of his base. He knows it exists, but he doesn't know why it's there. And oh, I do not like seeing 4 levelers versus 15 tanks, because these tanks will overwhelm the levelers with just superior numbers. A lot more air units coming out here from Tasbot to try and be very aggressive, but he's doing pretty good. As we can see, the economy wise, he has brought down Deathbydenim, but the problem is he's actually not being as economically efficient as we would want. The levelers, they do the job, but as you can see, numbers is still in a kind of a thing here, and I mean, he loses about half his tank army for it, but these levelers just don't, they don't do the business as they used to. These 3 levelers are going to have to try and book it down here, but these tanks should be easily able to clean up all of these metal extractors and very quickly take care of that. One thing I would like to see, actually, from both players would be a air fabber. Oh, you need... Okay, so... Oh, this is not good! Docks, they do shoot up, and if you let your units just sit there to get shot, they will kill them eventually. One thing you always have to do is micro your air units. You gotta micro that air unit, micro the air unit. You've got to. You have to. It is not a question of should you. It is a thing that you have to do. Docks can shoot up, and sometimes docks just have auto targeting. They whip around and just shoot one round, and then your unit just explodes. There's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's wizard magic probably, but the docks do have anti-air capabilities, and if you're not moving your bombers around so that they avoid those shots, if they're just flying in a straight line, the bullets will catch up and kill those bombers. And as you saw, 4 bombers just got destroyed. Some tanks here from Tasbot did make it to Deathbydenim's base, but they weren't being microed, and because of this, we do see very minimal use here, as these tanks need to be like moving around in the base, getting some of these metal extractors, getting some of these energy plants, just being aggressive towards each other, but doesn't exactly happen. I mean, come on. Bomber, please. Oh, there he goes. There you go. Good job. All right, so he does... It's going to say that Bomber's going to have a really bad time if you don't. So, big leveler push here from Tasbot. That's going to be very, very deadly. I like this. It's annoying as all get out to the opponent, but I like this. This is a great decision from Tasbot. He's going to basically enable this entire channel to be his, and what that means is he can expand, he can capture all of this metal, he can do whatever he wants as long as he's, active with it. And with this leveler army coming through here, sure, Deathbydenim has a few tanks, but actually there's quite a few here that he could easily out-trade him with the other meat tanks, or tier 1, I believe they are called the Bolo, not the Ant. Or no, I believe they actually changed it so it is supposed to be called the Ant. Either way, I really like the... Oh, he does see the Fabber. Now, does he realize that there are landmines here? That's the big thing. Oh, hang on, Boombot's moving in here. What do these Boombots indicate? Because do we see a snipe? This is a killing amount of... I believe that's a commander killing amount of Boombots. So if he's not careful, Tasbot... This is kind of getting a little bit ugly here for Deathbydenim. He needs to get more tier 2 out if he wants to try and stave this off. There is, I believe, a second factory of tier 2 out here for Tasbot, which is a very big deal. But I think that these Boombots might... Oh no, these are being commando Boombots. These little boogers are being very sneaky. And, I mean, that's perfectly fine, but I do not think that Tasbot realizes his very perilous situation. Yeah, these air units are looking... Oh, this is going to be very important. He sees the commander. Now, does Tasbot realize what's going on, though? This is going to... I mean, right now, Tasbot will come in and kill off his base. But the problem with that is, does he lose his commander in time? Does the commander realize what's going on? There are a few docks here, so he might be able to stave it off. Oh, the Boombots! Do they get seen? They do! They get seen by the metal extractor. Now, does Tasbot respond? Does he see them in time? The Boombots are moving in. Does his commander realize he needs to fire the Uber immediately? The Boombots moving in. Boom goes the command. Oh my God, 1%! Mom, get the camera! Oh my goodness! The fabric, oh my goodness! Tasbot's commander surviving with 1%! He lives! He lives! Oh my goodness! He lives! That is a very happy commander. Oh my goodness. That, ladies and gentlemen, go buy some lottery tickets because I have never seen a more lucky commander in all of my life. Oh my goodness, that is one happy commander. Holy crap, ladies and gentlemen, that is a very happy commander. Okay, so yeah, he's gonna be very, his commander needs to be right here. With tanks, flame tanks, boombots, I mean, Oh yeah, he's gonna try it again. He's gonna try it again. Of course he's gonna try it again. His base is in a very perilous... This second wave of boombots, this tells me that Deathbydenim is either... He is in a very tunnel-visioned focus right now, which means his only mindset is, if I can just kill the commander, if I can just get in there and kill him, I can do it. I can do it, boss. I can do it, coach. Just send me in. Or... he's very stressed. He's very distressed by the fact... Oh, if he gets him a second time. Tasbot, you deserve it. Tasbot, you deserve... Oh, no. No! 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 Ooh, okay. Okay. Oh, but do we see it again? Oh, but do we see it on the flip side, though? Oh, my God. Do we see a counter boombot snipe? Oh, I'm lightheaded. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Okay, do we see... Oh God, no! Oh God, no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my goodness, no! Oh, what an upset. Oh, what an upset. A fantastic game. A fantastic game from both players. But Tasbot pulling it out in the end. This is the Andreas G's casual tournament. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey guys, it's Ghost here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like it, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and make sure to turn up that audio because we're about to kick it.